Hello, and thanks for watching my talk. Today, I'm going to chat about my job at London Zoo, being a keeper at London Zoo. I'm going to talk a little bit about what that involves, being a zookeeper. You know, some of the things I enjoy about it, some of the things I might not enjoy so much. Um, I'm going to go through my experience and my qualifications running up to getting the job here. And then I'm going to try and give you some advice on how I think you might, I'm going to give you some advice on getting a job, and hopefully that will be useful. We'll see. So my name's Joe. My official title now is a newly qualified keeper. I work on the hoofstock team at London Zoo. Hoofstock means we look after animals such as the camels, giraffes, okapi, basically any hooved animal, which tends to be the kind of the large vegetarians. I've been here, well, closer to 2.5 years now on the team, and I qualified a couple of months ago. So I've been mainly here as an apprentice. I'm quite lucky that our team on Hoofstock is really varied. So we go right through from a couple of apprentices at my level, right through to some keepers who've been here for 30, 40 years. So there's plenty to learn, and it's really useful both for us and for the animals to have that wealth of experience. So my qualifications before becoming a zookeeper, went to uni. I've got a biology degree from Sheffield and also a master's. I would say it's definitely worth getting a degree or equivalent, you know, like an animal management course or something like that. A lot of jobs will ask for it, and it is useful. Like you'll learn stats, which you can use if you're doing a study. Yeah, so I'd say that's quite useful. My master's, I haven't, I wouldn't say I've needed it so far as an apprentice keeper, but again, I wouldn't say don't do one. If you want to do a master's, go for it. It's hard, but yeah, go for it. And I'm sure further down our careers, as we move past zookeepers, um, maybe a master's will be handy. So, but yeah, from that, I would say definitely do some more qualifications first. Just you might not need to do quite so much. And then, as I mentioned on the last slide, I've just finished the apprenticeship, which is this relatively new course to zoos. We were the first cohort, us in Whipsnade Zoo. The apprenticeship is about 2.5 years. Where I'm employed, I'm getting paid by the zoo, and you'll do 4 days a week keeping on the section, and then another day we do workshops in the zoo, we'll do days at college, talks, and through all that we produce a great big portfolio of work, and you can use that to say, look, I've got this skill, I can do this, I can do this, and that's how you pass. It's been really useful because especially for just meeting a lot of people around the zoo and learning how the zoo works. I think it would be quite easy as a trainee just to kind of go away into your section and stick to the animals you've been told to look after and never really learn your way around. But through this, we've got a really wide understanding of the zoo and met people I might now need for certain jobs. And it was really fun to meet some people from Whipsnade as well. And I think the apprenticeship now has a few more zoos signed up, so you'll meet a whole range of people. So it's definitely worth doing. So my experience running up to London, I started way back in college and uni. I know way back, it's quite a long time ago now. And this was just at a small tropical house. I'm from the Northeast, which doesn't really have any zoos, unfortunately. So I knew it was something I wanted to do. So in the summer holidays, I just went to my local, it was like a little tropical house, had some butterflies, had some reptiles, had some meerkats. And I just said, do you need a hand over the summer holidays? The guy was a bit taken back, I think. I don't think anyone had asked him. So he was like, yeah, of course, come in tomorrow morning. And I was thinking, right, wow, that was easy. And yeah, it was really good actually. So I did 3 summers there, I think. Yeah, 3. And that was a great start off. Wasn't necessarily where I wanted to end up, but doing that, I think, then helped me down the line when applying for stuff, because you can kind of say, well, look, I've already put the time in. This is clearly what I want to do, and I'm willing to give up my summer holidays. So once I finished at uni, I then applied for an internship at Chester. Now this was really useful. I was on the Rhino team at Chester, and you're just part of the team for a year. So you're not going to get signed off or like left to it by yourself, but you do pretty much what the keepers do. Lots of cleaning, you do a little bit of learn how some training works. We did some more, we went to talks there as well. I was very lucky to do it. I'd seen this internship a few years before I wanted to do it. So I was able to work through uni and save money, which allowed me to do it because it is voluntary. But as I said, it was useful. I wouldn't say you have to do an internship, but yeah, that's what I did. So I then finished at Chester after a year. I applied for a few larger zoo jobs, didn't get any. Zoo jobs are competitive, so you just have to kind of take what you can sometimes. And I instead went to a slightly smaller collection again, Mayfield Alpacas, which is just outside of Sheffield. Lovely family farm with some exotic animals as well. It was perfect. It was medium, it's probably 20 acres or something, a couple of hundred animals. And I was there for about 9 months. It was really useful to go because at these smaller places, you learn quick. You have to learn quick. So some days there was me and another keeper on site, maybe even just me for small periods of time. And if something's broke, you're fixing it. If an animal's ill, you're going to go and check it out. You have to do everything. My DIY skills weren't very good. They're still not great, but if a fence blows down, you're going to have to learn and get it sorted. So there's a lot to be said for going to these, maybe not super well known, maybe not the biggest zoos in the world, but you're going to learn a lot. We used to go and do talks in schools, and yeah, I did a whole variety of stuff there. And once I've been there for about 9 months, and this apprentice job came up at London, and it just looked too good to pass, really. So I applied for that, and I was lucky enough to get it. And I think that was a whole combination of the experience here and my qualifications on the slide before, and it all came together to get the job. I think the thing to take away from this is it's a mix of big and small collections, paid and unpaid. Don't feel like you have to become head of section at London straight away or anything like that. You'll get there. Just take your time, enjoy the jobs you're doing, get stuck in, and you will get there. So what does a zookeeper actually entail? Because it's not just patting animals all day, unfortunately, as much as we'd like it to be as well. There is a routine, so I've been working mainly with Red River Hogs and Babaroozers the last couple of months. Babaroozers are like a wild pig from Indonesia. Red River Hogs are hogs from Africa. And the general routine, get in, we'll do our morning, and then I'll go straight there, give them all a once over, make sure they're all healthy and no one's injured themselves or got sick overnight. Feed them, and then it's servicing, so cleaning the paddock, cleaning their inside, and that'll take most of the morning really. And then after lunch, we'll do some training. We always do some enrichment, more feeding, And that's the basic. That's what you're going to be doing day in, day out. But it's varied. A lot of stuff comes up with zookeeping. So I've put a few examples down there. And I thought I'd just go through like last week at work just to kind of show you what we do. So last week, me and a junior keeper built a new shelter for our muntjac deer. She's moving paddock. I think she moved paddock yesterday actually, and doesn't have a shelter. So we got stuck in and put it together, and that meant we had to find the materials, find a good spot to put it. Horticulture didn't want certain trees being tampered with, so we put that up over a few days. We also helped to prepare for a vet checkup for our warthog. So that meant making sure everything was where it needed to be, setting up a den for the warthog where the vet check was going to take place. So that was another afternoon, and that all went well afterwards. And then completely different, the press team wanted some Christmas photos. So we took our alpacas out for a walk, had to put some Christmas hats on and walk them around the zoo, and they took some photos. And then we also did some stuff for Strictly Come Dancing as well. There's a lot. And again, it's just, you won't know what's going to hit you in the morning, and you just have to roll with it really and enjoy all these different jobs. It is fun. So yeah, no real normal day. Just be prepared for anything, I suppose. Okay, so I love my job. It's really fun. It's what I want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. I never really dread coming into work. I guess my main points for things I enjoy. This will vary from people in different sections, and people get different things out of it. But for me, I enjoy how active it is. We're on the go all day, walking around outside. It's hard work, but I like it. I like getting stuck in. Feels like you've done a hard day's work at the end of the day, definitely. And the summer is so nice, just in the sunshine all summer, with your friends, with these amazing animals. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. And yeah, talking of the animals, that's the main reason we all come, to look after these animals. And you make such close bonds with them. So, for example, only us and Chester have babaroozers in the UK. So on a morning when it's just me working with them, there's not many people doing that. And you'll see behaviours, you'll pick up behaviours that not many people see, and they'll learn to trust you, and it's really good. Another example would be with the camels. Our camels take a bit of time to warm to a new keeper. They don't really listen to you very much. They might test you out a little bit. But after a few months of working with them, you start to gain their trust. And that's a really nice feeling. Feels like you're doing something right. So yeah, getting that close with animals is special. And we do all this with a small, dedicated team. And you're going to have some real experiences with these people. Babies being born, animal moves. It's great, and hopefully you'll really enjoy working with your team, and you're going to be doing some really fantastic stuff with them. So there, some of the negatives then. You work weekends. There's no getting around that. Here we work every other weekend. Some places work every third one. It does vary a little bit. So you're going to miss your thing. You might miss some social events, which, is annoying. There's no way around it. It is quite annoying. But it's just something you're going to have to put up with. Holiday work. So again, at some point, you're going to work Christmas Day. That's the one everyone, including me, wants to get off, but you are going to have to work it. And it's not so bad. You miss I miss my family quite a lot. But yeah, that's just something you've got to accept, really, unfortunately. And again, this is probably depends on the animals you would be looking after, but it's hard. It's hard. It's physical. In the summer, you're working 8 till 6:15, and you're on the go for most of that. So you're going to be tired when you get home. When I started, I lost a load of weight. It doesn't mean you can eat what you like, which helps, but yeah, just be prepared to get, and it does get easier. You'll get more efficient and you'll get used to it, but some days you just want to lie down. Okay, so I've been asked to try and give some advice on how you can become a zookeeper too. So it's a tricky one. So if you asked 10 different keepers, they're going to give you 10 different routes about how they get their job. I would say mine, which I've just told you through this talk, is kind of a middle one. Some people take ages. They have to go through seasonal jobs, and it takes them a long time. Others kind of work out, they're in the right place at the right time, and they'll get there a bit quicker. But I think the general thread is everyone has volunteered. You know, I did at Chester, and yeah, most people have volunteered. In fact, I'd say pretty much everyone's volunteered. You don't have to do an internship. Like, that's a big commitment, and not everyone's able to do that. But I would say if it's something you really want to do, you probably, you know, I would say you do a day a week. I think everyone should be okay doing that. So yeah, it doesn't have to be at a big zoo either. Just go to your local animal place, and smaller places will probably be, might even be a better option, because they'll be surprised, they'll be pleased for the help, really. So go and ask if you can help out, get stuck in, and that should get you underway. And then just look out for jobs. And I'd say when you start, no one's expecting you to be a whiz. I definitely was not. I was not very good. But just be open and willing to get stuck in. You know, if someone asks you to shovel a load of sand, you're shoveling that sand, and do it well. Get stuck in, and you'll learn the skills as you go. But if you're looking a bit like you can't be bothered, or you're not enjoying something, it's not, unfortunately, that's not going to go down well. Someone right near the start of at Chester, this was, said, if you don't know what to do, sweep something. And I know that sounds a bit silly, but it works. And I'll sometimes I will still sweep something if I've got a spare 10 minutes. And then, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but the zoo world is small. So if you start volunteering somewhere and you are applying for jobs, people are going to know who you are, and people are going to ask what you like, what they're good at, which can be a good thing. You can definitely use that to your advantage. If you're friendly and smiling and helping people out, it's going to really help. But just be aware that that's the case. So if you're not very nice, it might not be very helpful. So just, you know, be polite, be friendly, and you'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, thanks for watching my talk. I hope that's some help. I really enjoy my job. I feel very lucky to do it. It's hard work, but I would say it's really worth it. Like, just being with all these animals every day is so fun. And I would say, I guess the takeaway, yeah, is to try and volunteer somewhere, enjoy yourself, work hard, and you will get there. I got there, and if I can do it, anyone definitely can. Yeah, thanks for watching. There's a load more information on the website if you want to have a look at that. I'm sure it'll cover anything I missed. Yeah, take care.